After the male owner sprained his ankle, he asked his dog to go to the pharmacy to buy medicine for him. Taking the money, the dog didn't dare to waste a single moment. But when the dog arrived at the pharmacy, the pharmacist had no idea what kind of medicine it needed. So the dog lifted its leg and pretended to have a sprained ankle. The pharmacist instantly understood what it meant and gave it medicine for sprains, along with $10 in change. The dog held the medicine in its mouth and hurried home. The home surveillance camera caught it, but what it recorded was the dog's misdeed. It had hidden the $10 for itself, then put on a tired look and brought the medicine to the male owner. Seeing that the owner hadn't noticed, it hurried back to fetch the hidden money. Little did it know, the male owner had found out the truth through the surveillance. To gather evidence, the male owner asked it to bring water into the room and gave it a $5 tip. Sure enough, the dog hid the money again. The male owner didn't expose it. After the dog left, he went to the hiding spot to check, only to find nothing there. He followed the dog to another room, and it turned out the dog had moved the money, but the dog refused to admit it. The male owner wanted to teach it a lesson, and the dog backed down at once. It voluntarily handed over all its hidden private savings. 10 years of savings were gone just like that. The male owner also ordered it to make amends for its mistakes. When he noticed the wife's money had fallen on the floor, he signaled the dog to sneak the money away. After they succeeded, he hurriedly stopped his wife from entering the bathroom. The man and the dog shared the joy of their success in the bathroom. Later on, the dog seized every chance it got. It knew this was the only way to make the male owner forgive it. Two tricky ones succeeded once again. By keeping this up, the dog was finally forgiven, and the male owner even made a fortune because of this. But the female owner accidentally found out the truth one day. Next, two of them would face the harshest punishment. When I was bathing my cat, the water suddenly turned murky. I thought it was dirty, so I gave it a deep clean with a brush. But after blow drying it, I found out that I had bought a color fading cat. It was very shy. It started hiding from me everywhere. It was extremely hard for me to find it, with its black fur as cover. Sometimes it hid in the trash can. Sometimes it slipped into the closet. It even crawled into black clothes and disappeared completely in the darkness. I was so angry. To deal with it, I got rid of all black items in the house. I also bought it a glowing collar, but at night, I found it a bit scary with the collar on, so I changed the collar. But the red one looked even more eerie. I couldn't fall asleep. I took it out for a walk, but I found something even stranger. It looked exactly like its own shadow. Before long, another annoying thing happened. I noticed it started sleeping standing up. It only lay down to sleep in dark places, cause its fur color was different from other cats. None of the other cats wanted to play with it, only I stayed with it all the time, until it grew into a big cat. On this day, I took it out for a stroll, but after we got back, it kept waving its paws, trying to tell me something. I thought it had something stuck in its paws, but after checking, I found small pieces of gold embedded in its paws. I was totally shocked. I decided to take it out for another walk the next day. This time, it suddenly stopped walking. I thought it was tired, but in fact, it was checking if there was anyone around. Then it lifted its paw. A $100 bill fell out. I was over the moon. I was going to make it a nice meal, but it kept sniffing the bell peppers. I thought it was hungry. Later I found out. It turned out that my friend had hidden the money inside the bell peppers. Since then, I take the cat with me every time I go out, but even so, still hasn't gotten your likes and subscriptions. This little kitten always falls off the bike. It's not because of the ground. It's because it has too many things on its body. The owner was afraid it would get hurt, so he took it to learn painting. But as soon as the kitten sat down, it fell fast asleep. Suddenly, the owner had a bright idea. He thought of a plan. He carefully picked up the kitten and placed it on the canvas. He moved it like holding a paintbrush. Surprisingly, the kitten painted an amazing picture. After painting, Kitten felt hungry, touched the owner's foot with its little paw. The owner immediately handed over the milk bottle. When it drinks milk, its little ears tremble slightly. It even lets out little burps. It's just so cute, but its short legs always hold it back. Can never win the milk from its sister, so the owner got them an automatic milk feeder. This is so much fun, but later the owner found out. This kitten still couldn't use the litter box at 1 year old. Every time it needs to go to the toilet, poops on the floor. The owner couldn't stand it anymore. He decided to teach it himself. First, scratch a small hole, then bury the waste like this. What happened then? Kitten didn't learn a thing. The owner was driven crazy. He had to call in a parenting expert, which is the kitten's mother. The mother cat looked serious. The owner thought it would learn for sure this time, but the kitten just scratched the air a few times, then fell sound asleep again. And that's not all. This little rascal has made the owner so worried. Loves to play hide and seek. The owner searches the whole house for it, but it's hiding right behind the owner. When the owner puts on a facial mask, it insists on putting one on too. The owner is just playing and ignores it. Gets angry, curls up on the bed and stares at the owner fiercely. It also steals apples and chews on slippers. When caught, puts on an innocent look. It even secretly ate the fish the owner just bought. As a result, it scared itself half to death. Caught even worse after that. When the owner is sleeping, it even plays with his phone. Would you want such a little kitten? When I was bathing my cat, the water suddenly turned black. I didn't pay attention at first, first, but a few days later, when I was brushing its fur, I found its fur had turned gray. What was even stranger was that the water would turn black every time it drank. I was terrified. I immediately put the cat in the water to wash it. As a result, the water turned black again. The walls it rubbed against also left black marks. There were black paw prints all over the house. Even my clothes got dirty. The most ridiculous thing was that when I put a facial mask on it, the mask turned black too. I completely panicked. I thought the cat was sick. I was about to take it to the vet, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I searched and searched. Finally, I found it in the trash can. That's when I realized cat wasn't fading at all. It just kept crawling into all kinds of corners, covered in dust and dirt all over its body. So I bathed it again. This time it finally got clean. My black cat revealed its original appearance. I happily took it out for a walk, but after walking around and coming back, I found a wound on my foot. I thought it was a mosquito bite and didn't care about it, but the next day the wound got bigger. I suspected the cat had bitten me, but the marks of the wound didn't match at all. Just as I was wondering what to do, the cat kept staring at my shoes. I picked up the shoes and almost fainted from fright. Turned out there were 2 blood-sucking leeches stuck to the sole of the shoe. The leeches were the ones that caused the wound. I must have accidentally disturbed them when I was walking. A few days later, I took the cat out to pick up a package, but I found a wallet on the road. I waited for the owner at the spot. When the owner came, he gave me $300 as a reward. I was over the moon, but when I got home, I found the cat starting to limp. I thought it had a leech stuck to it, but after checking carefully, I found a piece of gold was stuck between its claws. I was so excited I couldn't believe it. The next day, I took the cat out again. This time the cat found a bird's nest. It was filled with rare bird eggs. I touched the bird eggs out of curiosity and found they were actually full of money. This cat fell in love with scratching itself on a durian. Soon, the durian spikes were covered with cat fur. The owner discovered this clever trick could stop cat fur from flying everywhere, so he bought a lot of durians. But later he found out one of the cats didn't like the smell of durian, so he came up with another idea and sprinkled catnip on the durians. Now all the cats crowded over to rub against the durians. Before long, the durian stuck to a huge pile of cat fur and turned into a giant fur ball. Seeing this scene, the owner decided to make handmade gifts with the fur. First, he made little slippers for each cat. Then he made a cute coaster for himself. But even so, there was still a ton of fur left. So the owner started making cat statues with the cat fur. After finishing them, he found himself in love with this new hobby. He decided to make more cat fur toys. But now the cat fur was not enough again. He had an evil idea and pulled fur straight off the cats' heads. Cats were furious, afraid they would end up bald in the end. Plush socks were finally knitted. The owner was over the moon with joy. As for the cats, they were seriously thinking about finding a new owner, but what they didn't know was the owner was about to pull another stunt. He bought an enormous mattress and laid it on the floor. All the cats looked bewildered. They had no idea at all what the huge mattress was for. That moment, a little kitten summoned up its courage and quietly walked over to sit on the mattress. That instant, the owner realized that maybe the adult cats didn't like the new mattress, so he quickly took out a small mattress and placed it next to the big one. The little kitten curled up at once and fell asleep. Interestingly enough, in the end, this huge mattress became the owner's own to enjoy. I was walking my cat when a stranger suddenly stopped me and stared at my cat's paw. I thought he was a bad person, so I quickly picked up the cat and ran home. As soon as I walked in, I curiously lifted the cat's paw, only to see a little dirt stuck to it. I thought this wasn't what that man was looking for, so I didn't take the incident to heart. But after that, more and more people came to my door wanting to see the cat. Yet every time someone checked it closely, they would end up looking disappointed. So many people kept coming that I couldn't focus on my work at all, so I started turning visitors away. Later, my cat suddenly refused to go outside. It lay listlessly on the sofa all day long. I just thought it was in a bad mood and didn't pay much attention. The next day, I found a stack of lost cat flyers at my doorstep. The cat described on them was exactly like mine, and the reward was as high as $100,000. It turned out they had been mistaking my cat for the lost one all along. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. It was my friend coming over to hang out, but as soon as she walked in, she disliked my cat for having short legs and said her own cat was the prettiest. Then, she snatched the snacks I'd prepared for my cat and fed them to her pet, even casually calling me stingy. She even tried to take the painting I'd made for my cat. I refused her, but she reached out to grab it anyway. When she was leaving, my friend took all the cat snacks I had stockpiled. I asked her to take less, but she said my cat didn't deserve to eat snacks at all. That moment, my cat brought over a piece of cake, as if welcoming the guest warmly, but my friend looked disgusted and threw the cake straight into the trash. I could no longer hold back my anger and told my friend to leave at once. After she left, I picked up my wronged cat. My heart filled with sorrow, I decided to cut off contact with this friend. Do you think I did the right thing? The owner tied a magnet around the cat's neck. He told it to go out and collect metal scrap, so they could sell it for money. As soon as the door opened, Cat darted out, as if entrusted with an important mission. First thing it found was a heavy iron rod. The owner had to take it off for it, before it could keep going. After that, it didn't find anything special, only ordinary things, like a door hinge, a spring, and even a hairpin. Just as the cat was heading home, the owner realized he'd lost his keys. The clever cat immediately spotted them with its sharp eyes, and carried them to the owner in its mouth. Back home, the owner saw the cat eating from a stainless steel bowl. A crazy idea suddenly popped into his head. He lured the cat with its favorite grass. The cat was instantly attracted, and started munching on the grass with relish. Seizing the chance, the owner secretly took its bowl out the door. Outside, he lit a firecracker at once, and covered it with the bowl. Before long, a loud bang rang out. The bowl was blasted flying far away, and fell into a pond. When he got home, the owner quickly explained to the cat that its bowl had flown into the pond. The cat flew into a rage when it heard this, and ran off, leaving the owner behind. It wanted to get its bowl back as soon as possible. The owner hurried after it to coax it, telling it not to be angry, and promising to retrieve the bowl soon. While waiting, the owner first put some snacks in a basin for the cat. Having no other choice, he had to go to the pond to fish out the bowl, and atone for his mistake. But as soon as he stepped outside, he saw the neighbor's dog eating from its bowl. To save trouble, he decided to snatch the dog's bowl to replace the cat's, only to be chased by the dog relentlessly.